there's this tribe na they're not dying from any type of illnesses or diseases. In fact, wala sa vocabulary nila ang cancer, diabetes, hypertension. They're just dying of old age. A normal, an average age for them that can still go fishing is 100, 110. Would you believe that? How would you like to still go fishing? Baka 70 years old ka hanggang Santa Monica Pier lang tayo. Pero these guys are going into the ocean. And kasi yung strong medicine na tinatawag nila are the wild Alaskan sockeye salmon and also the wild Alaskan blueberries. Now, maraming hubs ng domestic blueberries dito sa Amerika. One of them is Kansas. And I think Oklahoma. Pero yung wild Alaskan blueberries is so, based on clinical studies, is so powerful when it comes to antioxidant. Because of the fierce weather, yung temperature, no. Compare nyo sa domestic blueberries na nabibili natin sa Whole Foods or sa Trader Joe's, makita nyo yung mga blueberries dyan, ang ninipis ng balat, diba? Pag buksan mong ganon, ang color niya gray. But with the wild Alaskan blueberries, the skin is so thick, and ang color niya sa loob is bloody red. That's the color. And they found out, based on clinical studies, that the wild Alaskan blueberries have a higher antioxidant level than the domestic blueberries here. So, when Dr. McKenzie shared this with the Powells, who are by God's providence vacationing in Alaska, you know what happened? They got so excited, they went back to Idaho Falls and shared this story with their magnate friends. And so Kyani was born. They kept the word Kyani because they want to stay true with its claim. And they used the wild Alaskan blueberries as the foundation of the superfood that is also there. You have gojis, you have goji berries, you have pomegranate, you have, you name it, 9 superfoods in addition. And 1 ounce of the Kyani juice gives you an equivalent in nutrition, about 9 to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables. 1 ounce that you are taking a single once a day gives you an ORAC value of 34,900 plus. That's how strong it is. Yes. So, that's how powerful it is. And it crosses the blood-brain barrier. Kaya madidinig nyo yung iba, yung mga testimonies nila on, remember si Pastor Daniel? Mm-hmm. He has a son who has autism. And we saw the progress ni Mark Daniel. Yung how now he is interacting with people. There was also one in YouTube, you will see there was this mother who was crying kasi yung son niya at the age of 17 was still wearing diaper. Yeah, he doesn't even know how to use the bathroom. 6 months with Kyani, he can go to the bathroom by himself. The son of Dr. Edwards, dito sa functional neurologist, is also autistic. He never had friends, he never went to a birthday party. Now he is excelling in school and he is even interacting with his classmates. Yes, because of the strong foundation of what we have. The antioxidant, because it's a powerful solution or help for the free radicals to combat the free radicals that we have in our bodies. We all breathe, right? We inhale. Inhale. Oh, yan. Nag-inhale na kayo ng free radicals. Every time we inhale, we are inhaling free radicals because it's in the air, in the food that we eat, in the water we drink. It's everywhere. Now, how do we address that? Antioxidant is one powerful solution to that, and that's what Kyani brings. Now, that's why even if it's related to the brain issue cardiovascular, it crosses all conditions. Now, Kyani was founded in 2007. That was just how many years ago?
6 years.
6 years ago. And you know, the company is so brilliant. The CEO of the company, he started international. He opened the market worldwide because they have money. The founders, they are potato farm. You know, if you see the Wendy's, McDonald's, yung mga Lay's, anything that has to do with potatoes, they are the ones supplying it because it's coming from their farms. And you're talking also, although we do not eat meat, but his cattle ranch, you're talking of 300,000 acres. Yes, so he is also worldwide in that. And Mr. Hansen, Kirk Hansen, is a petroleum magnate. So they both have big hearts. They want to give back to the community, especially here in the U.S. So they decided that the U.S. market is going to be a harvest ground for all people all over the world. That's why they decided to go outside the U.S. first, and then the people, no wonder why Jacobson is coming to America. Because they are big in Japan. Remember who yung tsunami sa Japan? There was a nuclear leak. You know what saved the people of Japan? Kyani. Because one of the products of Kyani has tocotrienol. And tocotrienol, the U.S. military is using it as a countermeasure for radiation. When there was a nuclear leak in Japan, Kyani became a sensation overnight. And now they have like about 20. How many thousands of distributors do they have? 20,000 distributor, Kyani distributor in Japan. Yes. And mind you, to sign up in Japan as a distributor, it will cost you $2,000. US dollars. So, it's big in Japan, it's big in Europe, it's big in Asia, and right now, we are just starting in the US. When I got introduced with Kyani, I never heard of Kyani before. In 2003, I had a sudden cardiac arrest. Praise God, our training center was just a block away. Just the next to the street is the fire station. And a block away is the Glendale Adventist Medical Center. So when I had a sudden cardiac arrest, immediately I had the paramedic, and then they rushed me to the hospital. And I got resuscitated. Thank you, Pastor. And the first thing that when I finally had that, opened my eyes, the first thing that the doctor said, "Welcome back, Mrs. Perdido. Did you know you had a sudden cardiac arrest?" What got affected and damaged was my heart's electrical system. So the condition of my heart goes like that, even right now. And my flutter, I'm not dealing with the heart rate. My problem is in the flutter, and it goes to more than 1,000 in flutter. And when it goes like that, my number one problem is the oxygen, because my companion was always an oxygen tank. Because my oxygen saturation level was only between 60 and climbing up to 80 sometimes. But thank God for Kyani. My saturation level now in my heart is climbing to 100. And because I became sedentary, you name it, I became diabetic because it runs in the family. I became hypertensive, and what else? My cholesterol was just, because I went up to 329 pounds. Excuse me, Kuya Bert, I need to drink my water.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. With the dry, I'm
Start
so
with Kyani.
Thank you. So, Dr. Aliman, who was my cardiologist here at the Glendale Adventist Medical Center, even ordered for me to get admitted to a toxic rehab because of the side effects of all the medications I was taking. But I opted to go to Weimar Institute. And there it opened my eyes when it comes to nutrition and healthful living. And so I learned a lot. And that's how it started when I changed my lifestyle. So I reached there, I was 329. When I went home, I lost probably, well, there I lost about 27 pounds. I went home vegan. But now I'm 80% raw and 20% vegetarian. So anyway, to cut the story short, my health challenges was an uphill battle, despite of that. But I went from here, going down, until one time, because my average trip to the hospital was 7 to 8 times a year. And one time my brother called because I could no longer talk. My voice was so thin. And I was also diagnosed with cancer. I'm still battling cancer. But by God's grace, I'm able to go out now. And the first time I got introduced to Kyani, I was already in the wheelchair. I was bedridden for many, many years, and then I'm also in a wheelchair. And for the first time, when my brother sent me Kyani, 3 days, I was able to walk to my bedroom bathroom without fainting. Because I always faint. Because my heart would nosedive to 30, and then sometimes it crashes to 1070 in pacing. So I was in between brady and tachycardia arrhythmia. So that was my life. So after Kyani, now I'm here. So thank God for that. And that's just a span of like about 6 months to a year. From 17 medications, now I'm not taking anything. Not even anything for my cancer. So my malignant cancer, it metastasized to ocular melanoma. That's why I'm blind on my left eye. I can only see in one eye. But you know, this is also another miracle of Kyani because it shrunk my tumors here. When it was time for me to have the surgery, they could not find a tumor. So they had to do another confirmation, until they ruled it out that it really fully shrunk. So they just had to scrape the scar tissues. And if you look at my medical record, the only thing that you will see there is Kyani. 17 medications. So who wouldn't say thank you, Lord, for that? So, and that's why I have this passion to share Kyani to people because of what it's doing. Look at Kuya Ben. What, Ate Rodi, share with them what Kuya Ben, about what's happening with Kuya Ben.
Before he was so weak, he could not even get out of bed. And during the night, he was confused. He was incontinent. I could not sleep, you know. And then he was only using a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know. And then later on, he was getting better. And then a walker.
Yeah.
And now today, he
He's
walked
walking.
few steps at a time, though. You know,
Yeah.
at least, you know. Sure,
But
he
sometimes we see him walking so fast.
Yeah,
Especially when the Lakers was on TV. Oh, I saw Kuya Ben really run fast there.
Ano yung panood mo?
And then we also hear the story about Pastor's mom. How old is she, Pastor?
95.
95. And what is her story?
Her story, mostly sa hypertension. Then she was admitted to Glendale Lab with this almost pneumonia. So she got so weak that they already asked the pastor to do anointing for her because they thought she was going to go. But thank God na ano pa rin siya, na makas ng konti, dinala siya sa rehab. So she was taking about 14 medications there. She came out last August last year. And so ngayon, kami na nag-aalaga. We're the ones taking care of her. And we put her on Kyani she's on Kyani for 3 months now. Now my mother has osteoarthritis for more than 30 years. She's been suffering that. At night she would be screaming in pain because of that knee. Now that's gone. I mean, the pain, she's no longer complaining about pain. Now she's able to stand up. She can walk with the walker. Now she's more alert also.
Yeah.
Sometimes, kami minsan masyado ng alert ang nanay ngayon.
Dapat bawasan ang Kyani.
Marami na ngayon siyang marami na siyang hinihingi kasi became suddenly more alert and more energy.
Yeah.
More energy.
How about her blood pressure?
And her blood pressure just levels. Nung una ko siyang, when I first put her on Kyani, she woke up in the morning. We took her blood pressure 168 over 95. Now that was high. Tama-tama, at that time I said, well, we are starting her with Kyani today. So I gave her the Nitro FX. Binigyan ko siya ng Nitro FX. And then she went to eat breakfast. 30 minutes later, we took her blood pressure. It was down to 130 over 80. It was so quick. That's why I was even surprised myself. So I said, wow. Now all three of us are taking Kyani. My wife and I and my mom.
That's good. That's good.
Ako din, meron dito noon. Kasi I was, maybe minana ko na yan sa mother ko. But, hindi na ako malaro ng badminton eh. Now, no pain, nothing, no, it's gone. Now I can walk 2 miles a day, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's true. So many stories like that you hear. We have one, he's a black guy, he came to the American Red Cross, prostate cancer. His PSA count was 483. It metastasized to his bones already. 3 weeks in Kyani, his PSA count from 483 went down to 200. Yeah, it's amazing. And now he's on remission, by the way, Gordon. Yeah, he's shouting, because he was so happy. And his doctors are so happy. Yeah, and he would even show you the documentation, with his blood work, yes. So anyway, these are the things that Kyani is doing because you can see the effect. Although we are not created equal, so when it comes to body responses, we differ. Some takes days, some takes, a week, some takes months. Dr. Smith's dad, who was already on insulin, it took him 3 months to for the doctor to, totally say he's no longer diabetic. Yes, and that it's so amazing. It's because of the powerful ingredients that Kyani has. This one is the Sunrise. It comes in pouches as well. This is the foundation for this, or the base is the wild Alaskan blueberries. It has also other superfoods in it, plus the vitamins and minerals. So all you need is this, 1 ounce a day, and that's all the nutrition that you need for your body. So that's called Sunrise. So we take that in the morning. Now what do we take at night? We call it Sunset. So Sunrise, Sunset. This is a combination of, tocotrienol and omega-3. Now the tocotrienol here, you would not believe it, it's coming from the seeds of Atsuete, Anatobush. They import it from the Amazon. We have this in abundance, diba? But we use the coloring, although the coloring, by the way, is so rich in flavonoids. That's why in Brazil, the cancer rate is very low, because they use atsuete in all their cookings. You name it, whatever dish they have, they use atsuete. But the highest form of vitamin E, because there are two kinds, tocopherol and tocotrienol. Now, the tocotrienol is the highest form of vitamin E between these two families, because the tocopherol normally is synthetic in nature. This one is from plant source. It's 100% in the delta level. That's the highest grade in vitamin E. And also, it is in the pharmaceutical level, it is also anti-cancer. And there are hundreds of thousands of studies on tocotrienol alone. If you Google it, you will be surprised. That's why those people in Japan responded, on this, because even the US military is using this as a countermeasure for radiation. And the omega-3 in here, the source is the wild Alaskan sockeye salmon, which is free of mercury. So if you open a bottle, you would not even smell any fish smell. Yeah. Akala ko noon, pag malakas ang amoy ng isda, mas maganda ang effect. Pero this one, you don't smell anything. Anyway, the third product, we call it the health triangle because it's a one product in three. It's called the Nitro FX. The Nitro FX is the flagship of the company. And also, this is the one that glues this product together. This is a vasodilator. I'm looking at around us, except Tina, we all belong to the baby boomer era. Oh, except Nemi, probably.
No.
What year?
66.
Ah, baby boomer? No. 40s. No, hindi pa. Tina and Nemi.
Ano year ka?
60s. Okay. The thing is, the baby boomers is the generation that is this is the one that is really moving the economy of the United States and also worldwide. That's why every company that is existing, they top the baby boomers. Why? Because this is the era who wants to play golf till they die, who wants to look for the fountain of youth. Go to the vitamin world, vitamin shop, you name it. Who are the number one consumers of these products? And also in this, cosmetic industry, the baby boomers. So, because...
Actually, the baby boomers are spenders.
Yes, and also that's true. The big spenders.
The big spenders.
So this particular product, which is there are two of these, the Nitro FX and the Nitro Extreme. They are both the same, except that the Extreme, they added niacin, they added chromium, they added CoQ10, they added magnesium, and zinc. And this one is based on the based on science-winning Nobel Prize study on nitric oxide. How many of us are aware and familiar with the function of the nitric oxide in our body? Probably not too much. Because it was just discovered in 1998 and was given an award as a Nobel Prize that they discovered that nitric oxide is the molecule of life. Without nitric oxide in our body, we're dead. Because we blink our eye, it's because of the nitric oxide in our body. It's in a gas form. And they are in the endothelium cell of our blood vessels. Now, this is a vasodilator. What it does is, when you put it under your tongue, swirl it with your saliva, slowly swallow it, it opens up the 30,000 feet of blood vessels in our body.
Capillaries.
Huh?
Capillaries.
Capillaries, yes. And that's why I'm no longer nitroglycerin deficient. I used to average like 3 to 4. Sometimes I go up to 5. Pag mag-5 na ako, emergency room na yan. Nitroglycerin. Because nitroglycerin is a form of nitric oxide booster. It boosts the production of nitric oxide so that the oxygen and the blood flow will. But one thing with the nitroglycerin is the main component for making nitroglycerin is also coming from the one they use for making atomic bomb. That's why it is very, very powerful. When it gets into your system, other companies, they use the snake venom. So, for those who have this cardiovascular problem like me, they do not know any better. Now, this is a plant source. It's all coming from the noni plant. They use the bark, the stem, the leaves, the fruits, the roots, and they put it together in a potent form exclusively by Kyani. That's why it's so powerful that no wonder your mom, Pastor, immediately after 30 minutes, the blood pressure goes down. I have a cousin who's been having high blood pressure for 20-some years. 1 week with Kyani, his blood pressure starts to go down, and now he's no longer in his high blood pressure medication, just a month. Imagine 20 years, and then 1 month with Kyani, he's no longer on high blood. Oh, we do not ask people to stop whatever medicine you are taking. I never did stop my medications. My doctor just kept cutting and cutting and cutting until I'm free of any medication. Isn't that something? So hearing all these, do you think this is something that's worth sharing to people? Yes, because how much, the bottom line is how much does our health cost? You know, it's more expensive to be sick. Oh no, it's more expensive to be sick than to be healthy. Yes. So we do not have to wait till we all have these ailments, that we have to start thinking of, taking care of our bodies. We have to start before it sets in. What is our protective barrier? Nothing. If you are not taking into nothing, any form of vitamins or what, then we don't have a protective barrier, because whether we like it or not, the moment we breathe, free radicals are entering our body. When you exercise, you know that all those athletes, they experience oxidative stress, because once they exert effort, their muscles contract, and whenever they do that, the free radicals are bombarded with that. So market-wise, the U.S. is so virgin. It's so raw. The first time I got invited to a meeting, we were the only Filipinos. My husband and myself. Sa Lancaster yon. And then, because my friends thought namatay na ako, matagal na akong patay. Nagulat sila all of a sudden na I'm still here. Siyempre, I shared with them about Kyani. And I tell you, I could not believe it. All of them are starting to buy Kyani. So they said, why don't you just do the business? I did the business. I did the Kyani business in bed in my first 4 months. I was just talking to people. I could not stop talking about it. And so it multiplied. And then we have another meeting in here. There is one meeting going on in Palmdale. But we meet at the Red Cross every month. So but right now, there's not even, how many? There's not even 200 Filipinos involved in here. Yeah. So it is, and I tell you, if you ask me about what Kyani can offer, they have the best. They have the best marketing program and compensation program in the whole of industry. So you have options. People are given options. You can either become just a direct customers, you pay retail. You have a money back guarantee. 30 days, empty bottle, you return to the company, they will give back your money if you're not satisfied. You can also become a preferred customer. The company gives you 10% discount if you like to try the product. You could also become a member, just like going to Costco, you pay a membership and you buy bulk. Here, the company goes beyond that because you pay $40, you buy it wholesale, and if you refer some people, you can even participate in the profit sharing, which is what we call the global customer pool, which is based on the revenues on the retail worldwide. Right now, the share is at 2%. Ate Rodi is all one example who already experienced that. Right, Ate?
I guess so.
And also for me. And now we have another one coming. So, yeah. So, another thing also, another option that people have is to become a distributor. To become a distributor, there are business builder packs. In Sweden, in Europe, they have only one kind, the $999 business builder pack. In Asia, there's only the $2,000 worth. But here in America, you can either go for the $299 or the $499. And if you do have, right now, we have a big promotion that if you sign up one, coming in at $499, you also get a bonus of 10 7-day trial pack. If you sign up 2, you get 20 7-day trial pack, which is worth in retail value of $930-something. That is just before midnight tonight. So those are the options that people have. And do we have something that we could let them taste? The sunrise. We need at least
Bakit
4.
malaki yung isang bote?
This one, Kuya, is the juice.
1 month.
This is a 1-month supply, but they also come in pouches. In pouches, the 1 ounce. So that's the. You can use your debit card or credit card, whichever